Warning. The following program contains strong language and subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello there, loves. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time. It is so weird to be back. I am so happy that we're back, but my brain hasn't quite processed it yet. So we're just going to dive right in with a little bit of... I don't remember how to press the buttons anymore. Little who, what, where about me. Who am I? My name is Jade DeVere. I'm a drag artist based out of Central Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag. I have missed the art of drag, and I'm super excited to be back in it. What am I wearing? Well, I got a brand new outfit right here that I'm absolutely loving. This is from Fashion Nova. It is just... I'd stand up and show you, but you don't want to see my pajama pants right now. My jewelry is a whole lot of Rock Spy Cox. You know her. Love her. My hair is by the incredible Zamber Sky. My glasses are probably like a lost and found at a drag show or something. I don't know. I don't buy sunglasses, so I don't know how I have them. My eyes tonight, I want to talk about that. My eyes are all Morphe. My lashes. So I'm going to let everybody in on a little drag tip from Jade DeVere. I just put these together tonight. My lashes were starting to look a little rough, so in my little bit of time off, I decided to order more lashes. And when I order lashes. I order in bulk. And what is on my eyes are a set of these with 2 sets of these on them. So I'm wearing 3 pairs of lashes on each eye. That just gives it all that draggy fullness. Draggy fullness. Is it too late to change my drag name? Damn. Should have thought of that before. Anyway, but also my lips are, of course, the lip bar. I went with a different color tonight. I wanted to have a little fun. And yeah, where can you find me? You can find me now every other Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can also find me at shows. You can find me at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, where I am currently performing in the Mud Skippers. We are a group of mud beggars performing Shakespeare as nature intended in a giant pit of mud. It is the hardest job I have ever had, and I'm having the best time with it. You can also find me at Divas Down Under. We are having our Halloween Spooktacular drag show with Poison, myself, Xander Valentine, Divinity Cruz, Sapphire D. Dior, Amethyst Diamond, and Katarina Couture. Now, get your tickets soon. One thing we have noticed in this, I want to say post-COVID world, but we know COVID is still very real. Venue owners get a little nervous when pre-sale tickets are not there. And right now our pre-sale tickets are not there. That has led last month's shows to all cancel. So if you're waiting till the last minute to get your tickets, you're making it, we might cancel if we don't get the numbers that the venue wants. So get your tickets tonight. You can do that on Eventbrite. You'll find that link over on Facebook. But I want to talk, elephant in the room, Amethyst will be joining us a little bit later. She will be joining us from rehearsal. She has rehearsal for Miss Gay Maryland right now, which she is competing in this Saturday. So it is very important for her to rehearse, but she's going to take a couple minutes and join us when she can. But I want to get to the comment section because I am overwhelmed. I am so excited to see so many people here. Kitty DeVille was the first one to comment. Kudos to you, Kitty. So excited to have you all back. It's so exciting to be back, honestly. Vicky is right there with an evening. Josh Evans, hey, welcome back. Thank you so much. Amber is watching and excited. Of course, the second half of the Thompson twins is here as well. Fantastic. Jess, it is so good to see you. Miss Evelyn Phantasma is watching. Thank you for welcoming us back. Joanne, it is so good to see you, darling. Orion, it wouldn't be a show if Orion wasn't in the comments section. So good to see all of you. Tammy, so good to see you again. Keith Johnson, I've missed you all. We've missed you too. A newer drag artist in the world, but no stranger to drag, Miss Roxy Fontaine, watching this evening. Been watching your trajectory, girl. Keep up the good work. PA Street Scene is watching because my husband hasn't changed profiles yet. Check out PA Street Scene. They're doing a really big event on October 15th. I'm gonna boost that. I'm gonna boost the signal on that once I download that poster. Cassie, sweetheart, good to see you. I feel like I'm home. I feel like I'm home right now. I literally have barely set foot in my drag room over the last month and a half, 2 months since we took a break. I haven't done makeup like this since August 15th. It's been a month and a half since I've been in drag, and I was having fun. I feel it right now. I'm a little beside myself. I'm like rambling, but that's what tonight's going to be. It's going to be a whole bunch of rambling. Xander, welcome back. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Trevor as well. I love this. I love this too. Girl, I still need to get you on this show, damn it. You let me know a Wednesday. Well, I mentioned it a little while ago. I wrote notes. I'm not following them, but I wrote notes for this evening because I knew by myself I'd just get all sorts of all over the place. So, we've decided, Amethyst and myself have been talking about it a lot, that we are going to go every other week from now on. Since it's just the two of us now, it's just better for us. We do have lives, we have a lot going on, and, you know, this is a lot. So we are going to go to every other week now with the show. That way, you know, we have our time as well. We're not really making money on this. Although, if you'd like to go over to the Patreon, you can by all means do that. Patreons, thank you all for standing by us through this whole time. Lori, Orion, Vicky, Robin, Daniel, Chanel, Estee, Jeremy, Corey, Jess, and Josh. We do appreciate you very much. It has been a weird time. It has been a very weird time. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We might talk about it a little bit. The fact that there's only two of us from now on. And I think that's fine. You know, Amethyst and I are such a good duo that we are like, we're going to have some fun. And we have some fun plans. The first Wednesday of every month, I'm going to book the guests for that show. The second Wednesday, Amethyst is going to book the guests for that show. And then if we're at a weird month and we have 3 shows that month, we'll come up with something, you know. Going back to the comment section, oh my God, there's so many people that are watching tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, Robin, thank you. Get your tickets for the show. Get your tickets for Divas Down Under. It is an amazing show, and it's a Halloween show. We are getting to Halloween before anybody else, and it's going to be fun. I have 2 of my numbers already picked out. They are... If you like what we do in the shadows, I am bringing some Nadia, because I've wanted to play Nadia for so long. I've done a few TikToks of Nadia. I love her. Who else is watching? Oh, Tiffany, welcome back. We missed you. We miss doing this. I've missed doing this. You know, it's very therapeutic. It's fun. I enjoy this. Eric, thank you so much. I've missed you too. Oh, great to see you. Have missed you. Thank you so much, Hayden. Oh my God. Cassie, I can't wait for Miss Gay Maryland on Saturday. I'll be sweating my butt off. All Amethyst looks gorgeous. Lucky her. Yeah, like she's not going to be sweating her butt off this Saturday at Miss Gay Maryland America. That's right. My sister's competing. Um, that's going to be an amazing show. I wish I could be there to support her. I will be supporting her in spirit. Last night, we actually went to see Kinky Boots at the Fulton Theater. So if you have not seen Kinky Boots, get tickets. It is so good. So ridiculously good. But yeah, yay, Estee Lauderdale's here, girl. My friend Katie is your biggest fan, just so you are aware. Volunteer to be a backup host. Girl, that might happen. Just saying. I do have to say, we did have a lot of people reach out, willing to take the empty spot. And, Amethyst and I talked about it. And while we are very appreciative, we're just going to keep to us. We have a couple people who are going to fill in here and there, but I think we're going to try to keep it simple. We're going to keep the show modest. I did change how much the show costs me because we didn't do it for a few months and I still paid for StreamYard, but I took care of what I needed to take care of. Our Patreons, thank you so much. You actually help us pay for this show every month. It's just I am so overwhelmed that people are back and that I'm sitting here again and doing this. So tonight is an entire night of Ask a Drag Queen Anything. If you have a question for me, by all means, ask it. If I don't know the answer, I'll either make up something or I'll just say I don't know the answer. But tonight is the night for questions. I will talk about, what happened, but I don't know a lot, honestly. I know as much as anybody else, well, except for the police, obviously, but, what happened a few months ago was earth shattering for a lot of people. I felt blindsided. I felt confused. I felt betrayed. But everybody in the world is shocked by what happened. And I'm now at a point, I have thrown away so much more. I have thrown away hundreds of dollars worth of stuff that I can never use now. We sponsored the tent for the drag performers at Central Pennsylvania Pride this year. I was so excited until I got there and they had a huge banner up, sponsored by Inside the Drag Closet. And it had all of our pictures on it. And I had to have them take it down. So I don't want to be a buzzkill tonight, but if you I don't approve of what she did. I hope she gets help. Simple as that. And that's really my 2 cents on the matter. Let's talk about fun shit. All right. Derek was promoting his event for October 15th. Derek, can you send me the poster for that so I don't have to search through everything for it? I'm a little scattered. I was going to upload it and I completely forgot. Robin and Vicky, thank you so much for all of your help at Pride. For those who did not know, we were live streaming from Pride. At one point, someone unplugged my laptop to plug their phone in, and it caused my computer to crash. It also fried the battery in my computer. It also fried my phone being there. So we will not be live streaming from Pride again. I had to get a new phone and everything. I was pissed. But yeah, Pride was such a fun time. That was such a wonderful weekend. Let's see. Are we getting questions? All right. Here's a fun question. Fun shit. What's your favorite candy? That is a great question. I have a sweet tooth. I have a really bad sweet tooth, honestly. Like, if there is not ice cream in my house, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I need ice cream all the time. But you asked for candy, not my favorite sweet. So, what would be my favorite candy? I've always had a soft spot for a score bar. Yeah, I love a score bar. That's such a weird, people don't know what that is anymore. It's a Hershey candy. Um, Gotta stay on brand. Um, but yeah, I love a score bar. It's got toffee in it. Ugh, ugh. Um, for non-chocolate candy, I don't know. I I do love cotton candy. I'm not gonna lie. Cotton candy is pretty amazing. Let me see. Next question. From Orion. What is your favorite musical theater number that you have ever done? Um, in drag, my favorite has been No Time at All from Pippin. I used that song to compete for Queen of Hope, which I ended up winning. That was a lot of fun. That was an amazing night. Um, Kudos to my incredible backup dancer. They weren't even dancers. They were my backup. They were my cohorts. They were my colleagues. They were they were my rock. Jasmine and James, who were just there for me when I needed them, and um, it made the number so much more personal, so much more beautiful. Honestly, um, I don't know what I would have done without them. Favorite musical theater number I've done not in drag. Let's see. I am I am very partial to when I played Carmen Gia in The Producers at Effort Performing Arts Center. I think it's now the Sheridan Bigler Center. But the Keep It Gay scene, you cannot have a bad time doing the Keep It Gay scene. It is so good and so campy and so over the top. Just amazing. Eric Wharton wants to know, what is my favorite song to perform? Um, I do love performing my Chiquitita. Uh, Definitely have a soft spot for that one. Um, Anything by ABBA. Honestly, I do love ABBA. They are amazing. I have a goal, and I have not met this goal yet, but one of my goals in drag is to perform every number from Madonna's Ray of Light album. Every single one. Um, Now, some of those numbers, I'm like racking my brain. Like, how do I do Shanti Ashanti without it being problematic? I think I figured it out, but I want to make sure. I want to, I don't want anybody to be offended by what I do. I mean, there's always going to be idiots offended by what I do because hello, drag queen. But yeah, let's see. What else do we got? What was your favorite thing you did during your time away? Hope you got some relaxing in at some point. Nope. So, some of you know, some of you do not know. I have been back at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. You all know I do the New Jersey Ren Fair. I have not done the Pennsylvania Ren Fair since 2002. And I was approached earlier this year, I think in April, about becoming one of the mud beggars. Now, if you don't know what that is, a mud beggar, basically, we perform shows in a giant pit of mud. And I have a picture. This is Squishy, just Squishy. He's like Cher, but he looks like that. Um, and yeah, I perform in a pit of mud, which sounds all fine and dandy, but when I tell you, it is the hardest job I've ever had. I am not exaggerating. I am, I was getting into drag today and I've realized I now have like a crease when I'm in drag because I've been bulking up. I put on muscle mass doing this gig. Um, we perform two different shows. We have 3 show slots a day. We perform Hamlet and Richard III, both as like comedies. Like we tell the story, but we make it funny. Um, and I have had the honor to perform with my darling friend Caitlin for the last 5 weeks. Sadly, she could not be there opening weekend because she did have the vid. Um, but for the rest of the run, I am performing with the incredible Tom Zadoyko, who runs our troupe and is just an amazing performer. I am So excited to work with him again. I worked with him opening weekend, and I'm working with him again for the rest of the run. We actually rehearsed yesterday because he hasn't done this Richard III yet. So yeah, like it is ew, mud in unglamorous places. That's a new meaning to mud bath. Again, hardest job I've ever done. Luckily we have a shower right backstage, so when we finish a show, we stand, we hold baskets and get tips afterward. But as soon as we're done, we collect our props, and we rinse everything off because we have to use it again that day. But it's tough. Like we're right next to October, and I still have 5 more weeks of doing mud. Derek would like to point out it has sent me to the hospital twice. That's true. I have a pretty bad ear infection. In fact, in 10 minutes, I'm going to be talking to you like this because I have to put drops in my ear, which is just going to be stupid. But that's what we do. I am seeing an otolaryngologist. I had to ask how that was pronounced, actually, because I keep losing my voice. But yeah, I feel fulfilled as an artist. I feel like I am having a great time. Physically, I feel like I am in the best shape of my life, except for Mondays when I literally walk around the house like, oh God, what have I done? Let's see. There's more questions. Just asked that. Derek would like to know, if we weren't married, could you see yourself in a relationship with another drag performer? I don't think so, but like that's one of those what ifs I never really thought about. Honestly, I'm super happy where I'm at. You know, could I date another drag performer? Maybe, but I feel like it's hard work. You know, drag couples can be very successful or can fight all the time. It's a grab bag. Derek and I talk frequently about the year he was Mr. Stallions was probably the hardest year of our relationship because we were always at odds about things. So I don't know. I don't think so. I kind of like Caitlin and I talk about this a lot when we're doing mud shows. Like I like not being in a relationship with another performing artist. It feels safe. I feel secure. That, and I love Derek so much. Like we're going to Disney in a few weeks. Well, in December, but that feels like just a few weeks away. But yeah, that's it. Estee Lauderdale, aside from posting over and over, how do you effectively advertise a show? Oh, that is the biggest question right now. We've been talking a little bit. I've been chatting with some of my gal pals about advertising and what to do. And it's just, we're in an awkward spot right now because the market is oversaturated at the moment. So it's very tough. You just have to keep your advertising fun, keep it light, keep it eye-catching. You know, Derek does all of our posters for Divas Down Under, and, you know, it's fun. Look at that cast, though. That is a gorgeous freaking cast. But yeah, it's all about, you know, just getting it out there. And, you know, staying true, staying the course. And to be blunt, advertising cannot only be done by the performers. The venue has to advertise as well. I've heard stories of so many performers who are just like, well, the venue canceled the gig. They didn't advertise it, but they canceled it. That's a very common occurrence. If your venue is not supporting you, it's time to find another venue. Simple as that. Let's see, where was I? Ryan, what do you do when you have been given a theme for a creative costume, but you have no vision for what to do? I sleep on it. I sleep on it, and I always try to think outside the box. I try to interpret differently. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I try to think, what is no one else going to think about? What is no one else going to do? Um, how do I interpret this in a different way? So yeah, while still obviously being the theme. It's tough. It's tricky. So yeah. Let's see, Vicky, what has been your favorite moment thus far at the PA Ren Fair? When I was finally funny at pub crawl. Pub crawl ends right next to our stage. And since the first weekend, I've like, I want to go. I want to go to pub crawl. I want to have a good time. I think it'll be fun. And just a sec. And I'd go, and I realized by the time I'm there, I'm holding my mug and I'm like, I have nothing to contribute because I'm burned out. Then finally, inspiration hit me. I was like, ha, I have jokes all of a sudden. Now it's a matter of dialing me back. But yeah, that's where it's at. That's been my favorite experience so far. Favorite Halloween movie. I am not a scary movie person. I never have been. I do have a soft spot for Hocus Pocus, which Friday's right around the corner. I think I'm going to see that with Kamor. Kamor's got this big setup. She's having a whole bunch of people over. Yeah, Friday. I'm going to see Hocus Pocus too. Give me a minute. Just a heads up, Amethyst just messaged me. She is very focused on rehearsal, and they are on a roll, so she is not going to be joining us tonight. I am happy for her. I support her decision. The show's going to get weird for the next 5 minutes because I have to put drops in my ear. This is the reality of what's going on in my life. I've had a very bad ear infection due to mud getting in my ear. Okay, this is what that's going to... Oh, no. They might know it's a wig. But yeah, I finally got my hearing back, which is amazing. My ear wouldn't pop for a while. Ooh, there it is. My ear refused to pop for a while. It's 8:58, so I have to... Anyway, so let's chat. This is stupid. But yeah, I'm not a big Halloween movie person. I never have been. I don't like scary movies. I'm fascinated by the concept, but not... I don't want to be scared. If you were asked to direct a show of your choice, what would it be? I have a concept for Godspell that I just need to do. That was my first professional show. I was like 10 years old. And I've always loved that show. While I do not identify as a Christian, the messages in that show are so good and so profound that they transcend any one religious background. I have this medication pouring down my chest right now and I feel gross. But yeah, Godspell would be it. How do I come up with ideas for drag numbers? For me, it's usually the song first. Like I'll hear a song and I'm like, ooh, I want to do that. How do I do that? And then I think about the costume and whatnot. Sometimes it's the reverse. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, I have this outfit. Like my mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. I haven't used it aside from the show. I want to use it, but I don't know what to perform in it. But I'm glad I got it because I look amazing in it. So inspiration happens every day. So it's just a matter of, letting inspiration happen. You can't force it. Hayden would like to know if you could use the magic of video to play a second character and do drag performance. What kind of combination would you do? Oh, God. Oh, there are so many duets that I want to do. I would incorporate my male self into a number. Many people have asked me from time to time, when are we going to see Jade DeVere fight? We almost got it at the New Jersey Ren Fair this year. But luckily, I didn't have to. I was basically a backup for fighting. But yeah, I don't know. There's so many good duets, though. I would do that. If you could have any drag queen as a guest on the show, who would it be? I know we are currently trying to get Dextasy, the current Miss Gay America. She would be amazing. Amethyst and I have both talked to her. It's just scheduling at this point. She's interested. It's just trying to get it together. Let's see. Who else would be fun? We've had Mrs. Kasha Davis on the show. I absolutely adore her. I would love to have her back. Again, scheduling. I would love to have Ginger Minge on the show. Trixie Mattel, Jinx Monsoon, any of the big names, that'd be great. But they are so busy. So yeah. Honestly, I want to get Landon Sider on this show. I've reached out to his people. Like, I've had a few drag performers express interest, and they're like, talk to my people, and then their people ghost me. So that just sucks. Tammy Brown was one of them. I messaged her on Instagram. She's like, oh my God, I love the idea of that. Here's my representation. Talk to them. They'll arrange it. They never messaged me back. So that's just sad. But yeah, there are a lot of performers. I want to get more kings and more gender nonconforming performers. Because for whatever reason, they're still not getting the recognition they deserve. And they should. But yeah, let's see. Where was I? So the comments section has kind of trailed behind me answering questions. Okay. And now I got to lean over here and get that out. Drag is, what is this? Drag is far more polarizing than ever now and has become a political issue, which makes filling seats harder. That's true. The economy is also impacting people's wallets and expendable money. That's also very valid. We have been consistently sold out for Divas Down Under for a few years. And like, we hit a wall, which is very strange. We don't quite understand what happened. So if you're coming to the show, get your tickets. Because the venue, if it's the day of the show, like, the venue might cancel or performers might cancel because, in Divas Down Under, we take a cut of the door. But if we don't have enough tickets sold, performers will cancel. And that's just the business, Yeah. There we go. Okay, now I see where we're at. Can we talk about this season of Camp Wanakiki so far? We sure can. Although I'd rather wait until next week. Honestly, I don't feel like talking about it right now. Because not next week, but on October 12th, our next episode, we have Clinica Deprecious, Coleslaw, Pola Frost, and Coco Chanel from season 4 of Camp Wanakiki joining us. So buckle up, kids. We have never had that many guests on one episode. So I'm going to go insane, honestly, with all of them. But yeah, Pola has been a godsend in helping us get some of the campers. I do know, I reached out to Vincent Millay, but he is super busy and super crazy right now. But we will be getting him on the show as well. I also chatted with Miss Ruthie, who will be doing the show down the line. She is working on something right now, but Mama's been busy working. I haven't forgotten about my little drag closet, and I need to come up with a term for the fan. I've put on muscle, like I have cleavage. It's weird. So weird. I've never had that before. Anyway, Godspell is fun. Oh my God, I love that show. You said you're going to Disney. What is your favorite park and ride? Okay, so it's a weird one. It is a weird. I love Spaceship Earth. I don't like. It's calm. It's soothing. It's a beautiful story. It's just. I love Spaceship Earth. I hate heights, and even though you're up there, you don't feel like you're up there, I guess. But yeah, I do love Spaceship Earth. Although I'm very excited. We are dedicating a whole day to Hollywood Studios while we're down there. The goal is not Disney, but I can't go to Orlando and not go to Disney. I need to go to Galaxy's Edge. I need to do that. I am a Star Wars geek. I need to go. I want to do Rise of the Resistance. I am terrified of one aspect of that ride. I'm wrapping my head around it. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna do it. I'm trying to get us reservations at Oga's Cantina. We're also gonna do Pixar. I want to do Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. That looks so cute. It looks amazing. Disney is really turning it out. Plus, I don't know if any of you watch D23, but there's a new meet and greet in Galaxy's Edge. You can meet the Mandalorian and Grogu, and I need this in my life. So yeah, Estee Lauderdale. Question, drag is expensive. I'm getting to a point where I'm breaking even, but I'm worried this is unsustainable. How do you keep costs to an acceptable level? You don't. You hit the nail on the head. Drag is expensive. I have spent so much in the last few years just stepping my game up, elevating my drag, that I don't think I'm breaking. I think I'm breaking even now, but it takes time. It really takes time. It took me, I'd say, a solid 9 years to start breaking even. And I'm on year, I think, 12 now. So yeah, it's persistence. Some kids get it right away. Some kids are just getting the gigs right away. Some, it takes time and it takes patience. So, and I think that's where like the little bit of classism in the drag world comes in, because there are a lot of performers who have put in years elevating their art, becoming the performers they are. And then sometimes there's newer performers who are electrifying and amazing and getting bookings right away. So it creates a weird resentment, and it's just, we're all doing the same thing. We should all elevate each other. Simple as that. Little bitches that know how to dance. Anyway. I wish my gluing of stones was neater. I always get smudges. Any tips? Glue the stone, not the fabric. And tweezers. Tweezers are your best friend. They'll slow you down, but it'll be worth it. It'll be more quality. So there's that. What glue are you using on what material? Oh, that was for Orion. Awesome. I'm going to get to some more questions, but I want to take a moment to talk about something else that has happened recently. One of our first guests on this show, the incredible Valencia Prime, sadly passed away recently. When was that? Where is the date? I can't find the date. Amazing. Valencia Prime, Philadelphia drag performer, beloved by the LGBTQ plus community, died in this article Monday night during a performance at a local bar. Valencia was only 25 years old. She died during her number, which is just shocking. We've had her on the show. I've worked with her a few times. She has always been the sweetest, most wonderful human being. My heart goes out to her family and friends and just everyone who has been touched by her wonderful spirit. When I saw that, I was dumbstruck because she's just a beautiful person. We've had her on the show half of a time. She was actually one of our first guests on the show, and her internet crapped out halfway through the episode. Derek has posted there is a GoFundMe to help her family pay for funeral expenses. So yeah, please go donate if you can. But yeah, she was amazing, and I'm dumbstruck by what happened. I also got news today that a woman that I have known for years, Miss Ellen, had passed away today. Ellen was a beautiful trans woman that I met years and years ago, and the news of her death kind of shook me a bit today. So yeah, hold your friends close. Celebrate every moment you have with them. So yeah. All right. I had that moment. Let's see. Where was I? Hayden, what do you look for in drag performances to have on the show? Oh, drag performers to have on the show. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. We're going to have half the shows now. Hayden, you have always been on my list of someone to have on the show, just so you are aware. We're still rebranding. We're still figuring out what we're going to do. We have decided we're going to move the show from every Wednesday to every other, and we're going to do seasons. Just because this year was such a litmus test for us, we are going to take the summer off every year. So welcome to the first episode of the 2022-23 season. But yeah, we are looking for stories, looking for people who do have a story to tell. And yeah, so, and I know you do. So yeah, I also get distracted very easily. So one of the things I am also doing, I've had a lot of people, because after the situation with Anastasia, I had a lot of people reach out asking how I'm doing. I am still in shock. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I'm still in shock. I spoke to my therapist. She said, you are in mourning for the person you thought you knew. I think that hits the nail on the head. But someone approached me and asked me when I'm deleting all of her episodes. I don't feel right doing that, to be very honest. I have spent a lot of time today. There are 44 performers who were on her episodes, and I don't want to, I think it's a discredit to all of them if I delete their episodes. So what I'm going to do, I am asking all of these performers if they would like to come back and do the show again. And as I get these performers back, I will get rid of those episodes. But it doesn't change the fact that she was on the show. Her extracurricular activities were news to all of us. So that's where that is. But yeah, I have my list of 44 performers, some of which have been on the show again. Ironically, 2 of them were on the show with her twice. So I will be reaching out to all of them. This is also a fun list of people that I want to hang out with again. So, oh no, I have to see them all again. Oh, awkward. But yeah. Oh, Estee, just Meatball seems like such a fun guest. Oh my God, I would love to have Meatball on the show. Can you imagine? I wouldn't get a word in edgewise. Meatball is amazing. Orion's question: if by some miracle I win Lebanon Grand Devo Saturday, I'll gladly be a king on the show. Oh my God, I am looking for like I always say, I love helping to elevate kings. Vincent Millay and I talked about that for quite some time. We had oh my God, Johnny Sin Gentleman, just amazing. Titus Androgynous was so good. Like, there are a lot of kings on this list that I want to get back on the show. There are also a lot of performers who have retired from drag since doing the show, which is wild. I am, yeah. Vicky Fisher. This was in regards to talking about Camp Wanakiki. Jade said, we could talk about it, or we can just ask them in a few weeks. You're damn right. I am so excited about that. Oh, the wire hangers. No, you're not calling yourselves the wire hangers. Absolutely not. Any new merch ideas in the works? Not yet. Just not yet. We're still figuring out the rebranding of everything. I've commissioned a lot of artwork that came out of my pocket, and so much of it had to be thrown away. So I'm gun shy right now. I'm, hesitant, but I am looking to, like, we had coffee mugs. We had, like, I've thrown away so many shirts and hoodies. Like, I threw away the towel. I threw away so much stuff. So I'm a little gun shy, I'll be honest. But we are growing. This is a rebirth for the show. Anyway, Eric Wharton, am I a Star Trek fan? Absolutely. I sure am. I have a 32nd century medical uniform hanging right there, right next to a Discovery medical uniform. I've always gravitated to the medical officers. I don't know why. I do enjoy Dr. Omega. He's really good. But yeah, in regards to keeping your drag inexpensive, learn to make your own drag and learn to be a good thrift shopper. Truer words have never been spoken. Derek has the best luck finding stuff that fits me at like Goodwill, which is crazy. And it's so good. And so many drag artists now are just like, this is vintage. Know what you're looking for. Let me see. Let's see. Once again, the GoFundMe for Valencia Prime is right there. Oh my God. Life is so fragile and age has nothing to do with it. It's so true. It is so true. Hug your friends. Reach out to your friends. Make sure they're okay. Yeah. Estee hits the nail on the head too. What Anastasia did does not invalidate all of the hard work in the community that was created around those episodes. It's bigger than her. It is. It very much is. I felt, I did have one performer reach out to me and ask the episode and all the photos to be removed. And I did. No drama, no tea, just she needed that to be gone, and it's gone. I actually spent today removing all of her photos from the Inside the Drag Closet page, which, it stung. It really stung. Again, was I mad at her? Yes. Now I could choose to be angry, or I could choose to hope she gets help. And I hope she gets help. And I hope her family is okay. I know they are reeling from this. I hope they find a way to move on from this. It's weird to finally talk about it because it has been so long and I have avoided it so much. but you know, the we got a ton of hateful comments here on Inside the Drag Closet, just nasty things, and stupid things as well. You know, I've changed my intro to the show. I used to start the show with, "Well, hello there, kids." I always thought that was just fun and cheeky and flippant and a great non-binary introduction. And someone was like, see right there. I was like, not the point, but I see what you're getting at. So I've changed it to loves because I love the show. So yeah. Have I watched Orville? Have I watched the Orville? That show is so good. If you are not watching the Orville and you are a sci-fi fan, what is your problem? The Orville is amazing. It season 1 did have that Family Guy element of just goofball comedy, which I know is not for everyone, but once you understand that, like, yes, it's goofball comedy, but it has a point. Um, it's such a poignant show. They touch on topics that Star Trek has not touched on. They touch on trans issues in such a clever way that there's been a lot of comparisons to the Next Generation episode, The Outcast, where they were trying to go with trans issues on the show, but they fell short of it. Watch The Outcast. Melinda Kulia, who plays Soren in that episode, comes from an all androgynous race. And Jonathan Frakes, who plays Commander Riker, Riker falls in love with them. This was before neopronouns were prevalent, so they don't really use pronouns in the episode at all, which is very unusual. But Soren, they're called the Janai, has feminine inclinations and believes that they're female. And that's a crime in their society. To be gendered is a crime. And Riker falls in love with them. And the episode is fascinating. But the end of the episode is just a product of its time. Because they send... basically, they send Soren to... basically what's the not reconditioning, re-educate it, no, that's not it, basically therapy, and make them non-binary again and make them androgynous again, and that's how it ends. The Orville hits you with a very similar aspect and resolves it later, and it is so poignant. Like, Derek laughed at me because I started crying during that episode, and it's so good. Anyway, I could talk sci-fi all day. Let's see. Anyway, the art can be spliced to keep the works and eliminate what doesn't. I'm good at that kind. If it wasn't across, like, I'd say 50 episodes, I'd say yes. But there's no way to keep the interviews and remove her. I mean, there is, but I don't have the budget that RuPaul's Drag Race does when they eliminated Cherry Pie. So, you know, we're going to do the best we can. And that's what it's going to be. Derek, have you ever considered getting a tattoo? I have. Never anywhere close to me actually getting it, but there was a long time where I wanted a yin yang somewhere. Just because I did feel that balance in my life. I was thinking about my hip or right above my knee, and I never did it because I'm a working actor. I never know when I'm going to wear shorts or what's going to be exposed. Thank you for addressing it, Jade. It gave me some peace. Of course. That's what tonight is. Any concerns that this will affect drag queen story hours in this area? No, I don't think what happened will affect drag story hour. It happened the day before Roe versus Wade was overturned. And I haven't found any information about it since. So I think it's being settled, it's being handled. If I was meant to know the answer, I would know the answer, but I don't, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, I hope she gets help. Any other questions? Are you watching House of Dragons? I think I remember you being a Game of Thrones fan too. We started watching Game of Thrones. I think we're on season 4, and we just didn't. We're on season 4. We just fell out of it. I don't have a good reason. Conversion therapy. Thank you. Yes, they sent them to conversion therapy. But we couldn't get into it. And I'm a Ren Fair nerd. I have a Daenerys costume right over there. I've done a Game of Thrones drag show where I was Daenerys, I was Cersei, when Lord Baelish is, spoiler warning, when Lord Baelish gets executed, and I did Septa Unella. But then again, what drag queen hasn't been Septa Unella? But it didn't catch us. What is the greatest lesson you have learned about yourself this year? I can't fix everything. And that's a harsh lesson for anyone to learn. You can't fix everything yourself. You need friends. You need a support system. So yeah, it's just sometimes you have to know how to move on from something, and that's a very important lesson. You cannot fix the world. Robin, have you watched the new Lord of the Rings? I have not. One, we don't have Amazon. We have so many streaming services. We're not getting Amazon too. Calm down. I don't know. I have a problem with the female dwarf. No, not the fact that she's black. The fact that she doesn't have a beard. That's my only issue. So many people up in arms about, oh, there's black hobbits. Oh, there's black dwarfs. Get over it. Like, it's fantasy is meant to represent everyone, you know. Take your racist shit somewhere else. Don't bring it to a Ren Fair. Gonna throw that out there right away. Apparently, the alt-right and neo-Nazis are trying to make Ren Fairs their safe space. News for you. Ren Fair's not your safe space. You don't deserve a safe space. Your entire doctrine is based on hurting other people. So, no. Anyway, Estee. I'm always afraid to perform songs from artists of color as I'm a white man. Assuming the performance is respectful, do you believe that there's any music that is off limits? You know, I have, in the past, performed numbers that, looking back, I'm kind of like, ooh, that was not necessarily in the best taste. I think it's the acknowledgement of that and the growing from that knowledge that is very important. Because it's systemic racism is very much alive and well in this country, and it sucks. When I was confronted about certain problematic things I was doing, at first I was like, that's not problematic. I'm not doing it as a joke. And then I was like, no, listen to the voice that's talking to you. And I realized, you know, they are correct. And so I have changed how I think about certain numbers I've done before. And I'm a better person for it, I think. Performing numbers done by a person of color, I don't think is inherently problematic, but you have to think, you know, I have watched Caucasian performers use numbers with the N-word in it, I'm like, girl, no, that's not your number. I think that's where it gets problematic. Like I was saying earlier, in Madonna's Ray of Light album, there's the song Shanti Ashanti. And I'm like, how do I perform that? Because it's yoga prayers. And then I was like, as some hipster mom at yoga class, that's the only way I could do that. But like, even still, I'm hesitant to do it. But, you know, talking about systemic racism, look at how Madonna performed that whole time. Like, she was treading on some fine line of appropriation during that. But it's tough. It's a lot of, you know, that's the past. We learn from it, we grow from it, and we move on. And if you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. Ooh, I did a thing. Oh, look at me, I'm amazing. I need a nap. I think this stuff has finally gotten into my brain. I finally ran out of the first bottle of it. I have a whole other bottle. This has lasted me since last Tuesday. Let's see. Where was I? Vicky, which Shakespeare character is your favorite? If you could pick any character to play, who would it be? I don't ever want to play Puck again. That's not true. I play Puck again. I have played Puck so many times. In a bunch of different productions of Midsummer. So I don't want to repeat that. Speaking of Midsummer, I want to play Hermia. I want to be Hermia. I'm short enough. I've been inspired. The Royal Shakespeare Company did Twelfth Night. That's actually what inspired my Lady Viola for the New Jersey Fair. I basically took Twelfth Night and flipped it. Viola is an actor named Cesario who got cast as women and became famous as Lady Viola. But, you know, the character is a drag queen. In the play, a woman named Viola washes up in a foreign land, and as an unknown woman, she's like, I can't just walk around by myself. I have to disguise myself as a man named Cesario. So I was very inspired by that production. I do want to do a historic production. I also want to do I would like to direct an all-female production of a Shakespeare show. I don't know what. I have no idea. But I think that would be amazing. Aw, Alize. Hey, girl. I look well-rested. That's a lot of makeup. I can't wait to see you, Alize. I've missed you. We need to get together sometime. Cassie, what is the best piece of advice you've been given in life? You can't fix everything. That's it. Yep. Robin, going back to female dwarves. Never thought about it, but she doesn't have facial hair. Yeah, that's the only thing that bugs me. Like, I've seen clips of her performance and she's amazing. I just wish she had something. Anything. Vicky Fisher, are there any show directors in the chat / you would recommend for a conversation about casted and scripted drag production? Ooh. Would love to talk to someone who has done something like this before. I don't know if there are any in the chat, but that sounds fun. I do know it's becoming a big thing to do Golden Girls as a scripted production. You have to be careful because have to be careful because some shows are banned from being performed by drag performers. Steel Magnolias being one of them. Although I know drag performers are performing Steel Magnolias. So I'm a little confused. But yeah, be very careful. More of a review of the decades type show. Oh, with some scripted scenes. You know, years ago, Vicky, we did a show at Stallions up here. We called it Love's a Drag. And rather than it being the standard drag show, The show was on 4 tracks. Each track lasted a half an hour, and each song just merged into the next one. And each of the performers in it kind of told their own little story. Like my character in particular, she started off trying to find love, fell in love with another girl, and then realized she didn't love herself. So that was my arc. I was the bisexual who was looking for love everywhere but from within. Or at least that's how I interpret it, because I had some fun songs. But yeah, that's a fun concept. Like, we didn't stop between each number. We still performed. We still got tips, but we just, each number led into the next one. We never announced which performer was next. Some of the performers in that show were just like, okay, I'll be ready in 2 minutes. We're like, your song's about to start. Get on the stage. We don't stop. But yeah. Estee, what are you doing? Let me paint a scenario. You order a pizza. I don't know where this is going. You order a pizza with extra cheese. Do you trust that the pizza actually has extra cheese? How could you possibly tell? Do you think the pizza place can actually tell? Estee, I'm worried about you. Is this one of the, like, do you need us to call someone? Like Pizza Hut? Or Domino's? Papa John's? No, let's not do Papa John's. He has enough money. I don't know. I have no idea. Although the pizza place near us just started doing Sicilian, and it's really good. Sanika, hey girl, how you doing? Coolio died as well. Are you kidding? Wow. Just wow. Do you have a default costume that if you were given an hour to get ready to perform, you would grab and go? If so, what would it be? This thing now, this goes on like a jacket. This is amazing. The cool thing about this outfit, I don't need to wear pads in it because it poofs at the hip. I do love a nice retro dress. For me, like, simple grab and goes would be a lot of the Fashion Nova stuff. Because, like, while you can see them in a club, they still have like a little bit of a star quality, a pop to them. So, like, kudos to Fashion Nova for knowing who you're making clothes for. Pizza. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes, it does. Stop being a bitch about it. I love pineapple on pizza. I really do. I don't like ham on pizza, though. I'm just not a ham person. You give me some pineapple and bacon, though. I don't know why. There's a difference, but there is a difference. Yeah. I'll definitely be shooting you a message after the live. Good old theater. You got 23 seconds. Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, all the time. Derek hates me backstage. He'll be like, 30 minutes, everyone. And I'm like, thank you, 2 hours. He's going to kill me someday. Okay. An actual answer. My wife said she worked at a Domino's, and if you didn't get extra cheese, you'd be able to see the sauce. She always added extra cheese, so you'd know you got what you wanted. The more you know. That makes sense, though. I could see that. Yeah. All tops and toppings are valid. Oh my God. What is the fastest quick change you have ever done? I do have one in the Mud Show where I walk off stage as Queen Anne, and in 5 seconds I'm back on as the Duke of Buckingham. That's not really a change because I'm changing out of a shawl into a hat. I'm only wearing shorts in that show, so not a drastic change. The drastic big change I've ever done. Oh, my Let It Go quick change was pretty sickening. Yeah, sadly, I won't be doing that anymore. I used to do Let It Go, and I wore a kimono, And the obi around it was Velcro. So I could pull that, kimono came off, and there was another outfit underneath it. So it was go backstage, come right back out. I'm going to find a way to not make that problematic and do that same costume change. Any other quick costume changes I've done? I've helped with a really fast change before. When I was in the producers, we had just finished It's Bad Luck to Say Good Luck on opening night. I would run backstage, and Irving Gonzalez, amazing performer, was playing Roger Debris. He goes backstage. He literally has maybe a minute to change from over-the-top gay flamboyant man in a suit to Hitler, which a Puerto Rican Hitler is funny enough. But I'll never forget one night, like my job was lacing his boots as fast as I can. And closing night, I didn't get them right. And they came untucked because he had to tap dance and everything. By the way, if you've never seen The Producers, this probably sounds really weird. Watch The Producers. That's my advice there. Let's see. What is the worst musical you have ever seen? Oh, God. That's a good one. I actually... Shock Treatment. I've actually been listening to that soundtrack lately. For those who don't know, Shock Treatment is the sequel to Rocky Horror. But Brad and Janet come back, and Ralph and Betty from the wedding scene in the opening come back. Yeah, like it's Shock Treatment's music is fun, but the plot, well, the plot had to change because they wanted to film it outside, but no one would allow them to film it outside, so they made it a movie or a TV studio. And they tried to time it so that callbacks could happen. Yeah, they tried too hard on that. Let's see. It's Rent, isn't it? No, I love Rent. Rent was my first CD. When I was in high school, Rent came out, and you couldn't tell me a damn thing that didn't have to do with Rent for like 2 years. Everyone I went to college with, we like put on like a lip sync performance of Rent in our black box theater one night. That's another show I would like to direct. I would like to direct Rent. Would you or have you seen Phantom of the Opera? I love Phantom of the Opera. That was the second musical I ever saw. I think I was like 8. Obsessed with it. I'm sad that it's closing. It's time, though. I don't know much about Love Never Dies. I've read the plot synopsis, and I'm like, well, that's unnecessary. I don't like sequel musicals. I don't like sequel shows, I guess. But yeah. Just weird. Yeah, Shock Treatment is something special. Yeah, it is. Sure is. I would love to do a stage production of Shock Treatment. I think that would go well. I've toyed with the idea. We almost did a shadow cast of Rocky Horror into Shock Treatment. But good God, that's a long ass time to be on stage. And Brad and Janet have to carry that production. But nobody wants to pay the performers for that. So that's a thing. What Rent song would you love to do a number 2? It's always been in my wheelhouse and on my bucket list to perform Today for You. But now I think I would perform Out Tonight. No, I want to perform Over the Moon. Bring it. I want to stand there and do an art piece. Yeah. That would be ridiculous. Like I said, Amethyst and I just went to see Kinky Boots last night. That's a soundtrack I'm going to be downloading because Cyndi Lauper wrote it. Well, she wrote the music for it. Harvey Fierstein did the script for it. Just so good. Yeah, it was just great. Have I seen Come From Away? Not yet. We try to go see shows once a year. The last show we saw was Six. Six is amazing. If you have not seen Six, go and see it. It is it's such a brilliant. Lucy Moss and Toby Marlowe really hit the nail on the head with Six. Do I feel Six got robbed at the Tonys? Yes, I do. I very much do. It's clever. It takes history, it becomes edutainment. It takes historical things that happened and tells that story with a modern twist, which is how you have to teach nowadays anyway. Hayden, if you could produce a drag musical about anything, what would it be about? There is a drag musical coming out. I think it's literally called Drag the Musical. God, I don't know. I think it would be cool to do an all drag production of Six, but I also understand that it's such a female empowerment show that I think that would kind of like Steel Magnolias, that would rob the message a little bit. So, Six or Hamilton? Six for me. Hamilton is amazing, but for me, it's Six. What movie would you like to make into a musical? The audacity. What movie would make for a good musical? I know there's a Clue musical, they've made Clue the movie into a stage production. I would like to see a merging of that somehow. I don't know how. Have you ever seen Toxic Avenger the musical? No, but I have friends who did that show and said it was amazing. Yeah. If you could get any famous singer on the show, who would it be? We've had the incredible Ada Vox on the show, and she is a ray of sunshine. Like, I loved chatting with her. Her and I kept in touch a little bit afterward. A famous singer on the show. Boy George. Yeah. I mean, my first choice would be Cyndi Lauper, and I've actually attempted to get Cyndi Lauper on the show. Didn't work out. But yeah, Boy George would be fascinating to have on the show. Derek says, the Fast and the Furious musical. I love that for you. Daniel would like to know, what do you think about Shangela being on Dancing with the Stars? I think it's amazing. Honestly, I saw her first routine. I thought it was just fun. I think she's going to have to dial back her facial reactions, because her smile during that I believe it was the salsa, was too much. So she's got to strike that balance. People are saying that one of the judges is treating her unfairly. That's going to happen. You just have to give them no excuse. Have you watched Dancing with the Stars this season? I have not watched Dancing with the Stars any season. Just not my show. But yeah. Where was I? I was going to say something and I forgot what it was. Who knows? We have 12 minutes left. This has flown by, everybody. Thank you so much. Sometimes it's fun to fly solo on this show. I do enjoy that. How about The Masked Singer? I have not watched The Masked Singer either. I've watched a lot of the reveals at the end. Ironically, Margaret Cho is someone else I've tried to get on this show before. I just don't think we're big enough yet. We will be. We will be. We're finding our voice again. But since we are getting to the 10-minute mark, I do have to remind everyone that Derek has a helpful drag tip. And Derek's helpful drag tip this week is support local drag. That's it. Clean and simple, support local drag. Go out and see drag shows. Get your tickets early. It is very daunting. We know the economy is rough right now, but people who are in a gig-based occupation rely on followers. We rely on seats being filled because venues quite often don't want to pay performers what they're worth. There's a venue right around here that doesn't like paying performers. It's got to get over it. This is a career, not to be arrogant about it, but I have a booking fee. It's flexible. My booking fee is not set in stone, but I do have a hard limit. I have I will never go below this rate. And I'm at work right now. I'm barely getting any work. So, I need that income. So speaking of which, if anybody would like to, all of my Instagram and Venmo information is right down there, as well as my TikTok. So I'm kidding. You don't. I'm only slightly kidding. I want to praise you for getting back to the show after what happened. I will always support this show. Thank you so much, Eric. Amethyst and I did have a lot of talks about, how do we go forward? How do we move on from it? We did talk about scrapping it at one point. But it's important that we move forward. What happened sucks. What happened is not something you can easily bounce back from, but we're going to, because we're both stubborn as hell and we love what we do. Am I bummed that she's not here tonight? Yes. But I also understand what she is putting herself through right now, and she has nothing but my support. Amethyst, I mean. She has nothing but my support. I wish I could be there in person. If anybody is going to Miss Gay Maryland to celebrate Miss Gay Maryland 2021, Miranda Rights, and Miss Gay America 2022, Dextasy, please go to the Horseshoe Casino in Baltimore. Support all of those incredible performers. But support Amethyst a little more. I have to say that. She's my sister. Also, speaking of going out and supporting things, get your tickets for Divas Down Under, kids. It is 2 weeks away. It's going to be our first Halloween show of the season. We are all so excited about it. Look at that lineup. Poison, former Miss Gay Pennsylvania. Jade DeVere, former Queen of Hope and Miss Central Pennsylvania Pride. Xander Valentine, who has titles and I keep forgetting what they are. I love him though. And here's another great thing. I'm going to sing Xander's praises for a hot second. He has been coming out to support the show. And he's an amazing performer. So come on out and support him as well. Who else we got? Divinity, Miss Gay Pennsylvania. Just amazing. If you have never been in the room with Divinity Cruz, you have not truly lived, honestly. Sapphire DDR, one of our most requested guests for Divas Down Under. Former Miss Woods, just amazing human being. Amethyst Diamond, who will hopefully be Miss Gay Maryland by the time of this show. And Katarina Couture, who has held so many titles, I can't remember all of them. Just, it's such a fun cast. It's going to be an amazing show. Come on out, bring your friends. Yeah. Aw, I love everybody. Just help be a Patreon. The show is so much fun and we all get to hang out with each other. I am still trying to come up with more fun Patreon content. Derek has been saying I need to come up with something for funsies. When the fair ends, I think I'm going to keep my Mondays open. And I've been toying with the idea of Jade Plays. I'm thinking about, starting a new online game and just you know, throwing on a wig or something and just playing a video game and having fun doing that. Really great for those of you following on Twitch. But yeah, we have to change that from every. Hey, Derek, I've got notes. I should have thought of that ahead. But yeah. Oh, it's supposed to rain this weekend. Baby, the show's not until next week. I love you. But yeah. Also, as you are supporting things, October 15th, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is a Christmas toy drive. Like, go on out. There's going to be food trucks, music, raffles, donations, and unwrapped toys to benefit Families United Network Incorporated. Derek has been very strict. No burnouts, revving, loud music. It is going to be at the Freisinger Buick GMC. Let me move that out of the way for a minute. On the Carlisle Pike. So please go out, help kids have an amazing Christmas. Bring toys to donate. Yeah. Oh, they need to go to the pageant because it's going to be raining. Yes. Go to the pageant because it's going to be raining. Come to the Ren Fair when you get a chance. Stop by the Mud Pit. Say hi to Squishy and Oozy. I love being a mud beggar. It's been Squishy and Squirt for the last 5 weeks, and now it's going to be Squishy and Oozy. Yeah. What if you did a mini drag show on an episode? We've toyed with this. We have talked about this from time to time. The problem is copyright. We get copyright hits on the show, even if someone sings the lyrics to a song. And while we can fight them, that's an ongoing uphill battle. I really did match my eyebrows to this wig, didn't I? Anyway, I'm a little full of myself right now. I'm like, oh, wait, look at her. But yeah, we've toyed with that idea. There's just no real feasible way unless I go out and get the rights to everything, which is not in my budget right now. But yeah, we've been brainstorming. Patreons, we're going to start getting that content back up again. So thank you for sticking by us. There are 10 of you who have stuck by us through thick and thin, and we do appreciate you, love you, and adore you. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? This is my amazing sister Amethyst. Look at her. Look how amazing she is. This was her competing for Miss Glamour Girl, doing interview, creative fashion, evening gown, and talent. It takes a lot of work. So support my sister, support our sister. So yeah. Have you considered getting music from royalty-free music content? So every time we do a new intro video, we do have to get royalty-free music. There's some fun stuff on there. I'm actually doing a mix of royalty-free music at Divas Down Under, which is gonna be crazy. Derek just emailed me the new frame for the show. I don't know which email he sent it to. I'm gonna find out. Gonna check my email. Why do I have emails from LinkedIn? No one's hiring me. Oh my god. Anyway, I'll do that for next time. But yeah. Oh yeah, Sanika. So at the pageant, Amethyst came in second place by 1 point. 1 point. That is such minutia. And she got some very good feedback. She's been incorporating that feedback. She knows what it takes to be a winner. All of those contestants do. So yeah, she's incredible. She's amazing. Couldn't preview file. Have to download it. Okay, I can do that. I did it. But yeah, so if you can, go and support her. If you can't be there in person, just keep her in your thoughts. doing a thing. Yay! We have a new frame. Woohoo! So yeah, we've got 1 minute left. Any last minute questions? Also, if you could, can you mention that anyone interested in Rainbow Rose is having an homecoming dance on October 8th? That sounds amazing. So October 8th, go out and support the Rainbow Rose Center. That is the day after Divas Down Under. So go to Divas and then go to the homecoming dance on October 8th. One more question. Where do babies come from? eBay. You can get them on Amazon too, but you know, Jeffrey Bezos has enough. So yeah, everyone. Oh, wait. What's the difference from doing a drag show at a venue and on your show, though? That's a great question. It's tricky. Drag shows are kind of in a blind spot. I know some of the bigger drag shows do have to get royalties and rights for everything. Here, since we go through Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, they have algorithms set up to clock music. So that's the tricky thing there. But yeah, everyone, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Again, we will be back October 12th with a return to camp, as it were, with myself and Amethyst will be here with Clinica Deprecious, Coleslaw, Pola Frost, and Coco Chanel, all from Camp Wanakiki Season 4. And we might be kicking off Halloween that night, too. So I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I've had an amazing time. Go out, support local drag, and until I see you again, good night.
Thank you for joining us on Inside the Drag Closet. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Inside the Drag Closet, where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to have a good time.
Shit, we have to change the video too. Bye!